there's lots of sort of parameters you need to put in when you get into this position and you just hold it for a while. You can watch the television, you can listen to the radio, you can listen to music, you can do any of those sort of things while you're doing it. And it's actually quite a good idea to do that because one, it gives you something to do, and two, it kind of takes your mind away from the stresses of what you're trying to achieve here. It's, um, it's a bit of a two-edged sword, this one, but some teachers will say, no, no, you must just stand in the woods and do it, in the pouring rain or whatever, or no. But well, probably not in the pouring rain, but it's got to be out in nature and all this. But certainly the teacher I learned from, well, I had several teachers for this, but one of the ones used to teach in Shaftesbury Avenue. He would say, just listen to something, whatever you like. It doesn't matter. So I go with that. That's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift the hands up here, just bring them up. And if you remember last week we had the shoulder model. You don't want to pull the arm out the socket. You just want to lift them up quite naturally in front of you. And the other way of doing it is either that or come out and come in, which I think I prefer very slightly. Okay, so what you're going to do is without your legs bent for the moment. So your hands are in front of you. It's like I've got a circle here, and the middle of the circle is missing here to here. Yeah, so we're there. Roughly speaking, your wrist is opposite your shoulder, your wrist is opposite your shoulder, very roughly. Elbows not sunk, height of the bottom of your shoulder blade here, your scapula. So what we're going to do is, standing up, is going to breathe in through your nose, and you're going to open the bones in your palms. Now, that's impossible. Only by relaxing can you do that. And when you breathe out, you don't close the bones, you just hang the muscles. So it's washing on the washing line. So you breathe in and the bones open. And when you breathe out, just hang the muscles on those bones, like various shirts or sheets or something hanging off the line. Yeah, and you do the same with your feet. So nothing to see on my feet, so I don't need to get into camera shot there. Now just keep going for a second, because I just discovered with myself that I hadn't completely relaxed my shoulder, and I was quite tense on this muscle just at the front here. Yeah, which is part of the deltoid at the front there, which leads down to the deltoid muscle here. So I'd actually hadn't relaxed the deltoid tendon there. So I found when I was in this position, I'm over talking as usual, and I wasn't able to focus quite so much on what I was doing. So just be very conscious of the fact that if you've got a bit of tension going on here, somewhere, wherever, it might not be here, could be in the back, could be at the front, could be in your neck even, just lower your hands just briefly for a second, release it, and then see if you can get back to the same position without any change going on to where you've just released. So this all this stuff takes a lot of practice. It's how to do it. And incidentally, just because you crack it one day does not mean you've got it the next day. So, it's very variable, this. So your tensions in your body, resulting from whatever your job is, or, what's happened to you that day, are reflected in the body. All those stresses, they're reflected. And sometimes it's quite hard to get rid of them. So lower your hands down a little bit further. Okay, we're down to here again. We're coming back up in a while. Okay, as you breathe in, the bones in the palms and the feet open. So this is a feeling of softening the palms, yeah? So as you breathe in, the bones in the palms of the feet open. Out breath, as you know, you don't collapse them or anything. You just stop thinking about it, if anything, and just hang everything. Let it go neutral. And then come to about a halfway position. See if you can go from here to here without anything else being involved in the body. And whenever you want, very slowly lift the hands up a fraction higher, so you're back up at shoulder height again, and the bones in the hands and the feet. And now you're going to do a very small pelvic tilt without the knees bending. So lift the pubic bone up. Okay, did you tense your buttocks to do that? If so, undo it. Start again. Lift the pubic bone up, no knee bending, relax the bum, and then make your knees bend because you're pelvic tilting more, but only a slight sit down. See, I've hardly sat down at all. Definitely knees bent, but not very much. And now I'm thinking about relaxing my pelvis. I've when I did that, I'm talking still, so I tended not to let go of my sacrum very well, that bone between the two halves of the pelvis. So now I'm letting the two halves of the pelvis feel like they're splitting left and right. Now, underneath your sacrum, where the spine finishes, you have your coccyx, which is five little bones stuck in like a row of beads at the end of the sacrum. Try and allow that to relax, the coccyx. Don't stick your bum backwards to do that. You've tucked under. So you now it's still tucked under. I mean, it's very tempting to think of, oh, relax my coccyx, and you do this because that's where your coccyx is. You know, you're going to bring it out into the open kind of thing. So here, keep your pelvic tilt on, but now see if you can relax the coccyx itself. And you may feel as though the thighs close in here start to just leave open a little bit, just a tiny bit. Don't force them to do so if it doesn't work. Yeah. And lower to the what is actually the fifth position. Coccyx again. Can you let go? Can you let those five little bones, if you ever bashed your coccyx and it's really sore when you do that, if you've ever done that, you'll know exactly where your coccyx is. Check where your weight is on your feet. Just keep it in the middle. And lower your hands. Straighten up. Yeah, that's it. We're just working on aspects of this type of Qigong. And you put your back to your hands in your kidneys and just stretch your leg out if they're sore. You know, if you've used those quad muscles a little bit.